Welcome to this Acumatica overview demonstration. My name is Mary Williams and I am the CEO and founder of Projects Analytics. We are an Acumatica partner. Today we will show how Acumatica helps companies streamline their business processes and meet their business objectives utilizing one unified integrated cloud ERP. Acumatica is a browser-based true cloud ERP built from the ground up for a web environment, though it can also be deployed in an on-premise environment if preferred. Acumatica can be easily accessed anytime, anywhere, using most any browser and any device, including computers, tablets, or smartphones. This is particularly strategic during this COVID era, where many users are working from home. You can utilize two-factor authentication to provide an extra layer of security to prevent someone from logging in even if they have your password. Users are required to provide two distinct forms of identification in order to access Acumatica data, enabling companies to feel confident that their data is secure. Users can take advantage of pre-configured role-based dashboards, enabling them to be productive from day one and realize value sooner. Users can easily personalize their dashboards and workspaces without the need for developers, and if customization is required, Acumatica's architecture is set up to accomplish this as cost-effectively as possible. Acumatica is scalable to enable companies to grow and expand, and it includes both multi-company and multi-currency functionality, allowing you to maintain all business entities in one system. I will start today's presentation by providing an overview of user navigation, including dashboards, workspaces, and other productivity tools. Dashboards provide a strategic starting point for managing day-to-day activities and for monitoring key performance indicators. Dashboards include real-time data, provide unlimited reports, all of which include drill-down capability. My preferred dashboard is the Customer View. Users can specify their preferred dashboards by accessing My Profile. Here, they can select the preferred dashboard that they would like to display on their home page. I was able to utilize my Customer View dashboard out of the box from day one. There are many other dashboards that are available from day one as well, also role-based. Let's select the one for the controller. The controller dashboard includes reports, indicators, scorecards, pertaining to the financial health of our company. This would be used by the controller and accounting departments. Items such as open AR, overdue customers, who's on credit hold, what's our cash flow position over time, and what's our top overdue balances. In addition to selecting the preferred homepage dashboard, users can also personalize their dashboards by selecting Design. Here they can move a report to a preferred position. They can delete by selecting the trash can. They can add new widgets very easily, such as charts, data tables, pivot tables, scorecard KPIs, trend card KPIs. Users can also edit existing widgets. Notice we have a widget called Average Days to Pay. This is a scorecard KPI, and we can actually edit this to take a look at it. What we can notice here is that the field we are aggregating is days to pay, and we're looking at an average. The scorecard could have one of three colors, designating normal, warning, and alarm days to pay. 30 days or less would return a normal color. 60 days or greater would return an alarm. Anything in between would be yellow. The point of this is that users can pick their own thresholds for normal and alarming levels so that when they see a particular color, whether it's green, yellow, or red, they understand what that means in terms of their business. In addition to monitoring and adding and moving widgets, users can also select Edit Layout, which will enable them to pick their preferred dashboard layout configuration. Let's take a look at another of Acumatica's role-based dashboards, Sales Manager. The Sales Manager's dashboard enables them to track opportunities, wins, losses, sales bookings over time, key customer growth over time, year-to-date sales versus quota for the sales team. All of Acumatica's dashboards facilitate management by exception. Hence the color coding of the different widgets and trend cards. Here's a particularly problematic trend, deal size trend, reflecting the fact that the average deal size has reduced by 70K this quarter over last quarter. The average deal size this quarter is roughly 11K. It's down 87%. This would be an alarming trend. So these dashboards enable sales managers, controllers, executives, all users to manage by exception. This would be the type of trend card one would want to explore further by taking advantage of Acumatica's drill down capability to explore the underlying details. I'm going to navigate back to my preferred home page, which is the customer view. I'll select the Acumatica logo to return to my home page. The customer view enables me to analyze customer metrics such as open opportunities, overdue AR, sales order trends by month across all customers, all of which have drill down capability. I can, however, filter my customer view by a specific customer to explore their specific metrics. For the customer I just selected, Alt-A, so I can see we've got 2 open opportunities. We've got some overdue AR. We can explore the sales order trends and observe an uptick in August of 2020. We might want to drill down and take a look at that so that we can understand what caused the uptick and maybe repeat that in the future. We can also review all communications with that customer to stay informed about the customer, review items that they've purchased in the last 12 months in order to provide upsell opportunities. And if we need to contact the customer, we can review the customer contacts. All of these items again have drill down capability. I'm going to remove the filter and revert back to exploring the customer view across all customers. I'm going to select Open Opportunities and drill down to the underlying details. Upon drilling down, I can explore a table of all of my open opportunities, and I could easily select a hyperlink to open up and explore an individual opportunity in more detail. But perhaps a more efficient way to explore each opportunity is to take advantage of Acumatica's side panel capability. This enables me to view the details about the currently selected opportunity, and then I can navigate to other opportunities as well. My side panel reflects whichever opportunity I've selected on the table. So if I select a few here, you can see how that changes accordingly. That makes it easy for us to follow up with opportunities without having to delve down through a lot of navigation. I can also display the customer view or customer dashboard on the side panel, enabling me to stay informed about the status of the customer and perhaps contact them if necessary regarding any of the opportunities. I'll close the side panel. I'd like you to observe that the column for estimation has some color coding on it. I'd also like to transition to the one opportunity so you can observe that the status column has some color coding or conditional formatting. That's very easy to do in Acumatica. We just go up to customization and edit the generic inquiry. We access Results Grid, and then we can put conditional formatting on any of these columns. This is particularly important because once again we want to manage by exception. We want information to be highlighted to us to reduce the amount of time spent performing research. So the conditional reporting, in addition to the trend cards and scorecard KPIs, enable us to focus on what's really important and drill down to those details. I'll go back to my home page by selecting the Acumatica logo. In addition to role-based dashboards, which enable users to monitor the health of their business, users also have access to role-based workspaces. Workspaces contain menu items and processes relevant to a particular job function. As the admin user, I have access to all of Acumatica's workspaces. Most users will only see those workspaces relevant to their job. For example, a controller might see receivables, payables, banking, and finance, whereas a salesperson may only have access to sales orders. Let's select the Payables workspace, which might typically be utilized by a payables clerk. All of the workspaces are laid out the same way, including menu tiles at the top for the most commonly performed functions. Beneath the menu tiles is a quick menu with additional menu items, and users can select Show All to see the full complement of menu items. Just like users can personalize their dashboard, they can also personalize their workspace. They can add additional items to their quick menus very easily. And if they select the three dots at the bottom to open the configuration menu, they can add additional menu items, add additional tiles, and perhaps even add additional workspaces. Acumatica includes a favorites workspace. This would include the items that a user would designate as the most frequently performed items all in one spot, making it very efficient for them to access those items without unnecessary navigation. Items with the yellow star indicate that they've been added to the favorites. To add an item to the favorites, you hover over it and just click on the star. Additionally, if you hover over a menu item such as bills and adjustments, you can easily create a new record just by selecting New, and you can right-click and open that in a new tab, helping you to navigate back and forth. All of these functions regarding workspaces are available to make users more efficient and spend less time navigating through all of the menus. Let's discuss several of Acumatica's user productivity features. Let's start out and discuss Universal Search. Users can utilize Universal Search to easily search through menu items, transactions, help articles, and files to retrieve important information. It's one-click functionality. To conduct a universal search, I'll access Search, and for the first example, I'll just type 1099. And what I'll notice is that several menu items have been returned with that search. If I look at transactions and profiles, I can see all transactions and profiles that have the number 1099 in them. I can access help topics to help me learn how to process 1099s, and if there were any files associated, I would see those as well. I could also type in a word such as case. Similarly, I'll see the menu items pertaining to cases. If I go to Transactions and Profiles, I'll observe anything that has the word case in it, whether it's a lead or a name or an actual case file. I can access Help Topics, and I can access Files, which will reflect any files that have been associated with any records. Let's say I get a phone call from a customer and I need to return the call. I can even type a phone number or even a partial phone number. And when I do so, obviously there's no menu items that would return, but if I go to Transactions and Profiles, I'll be able to observe that it has returned USA Bartending School, and I can see the full phone number. All of this makes it very easy to locate transactions, menu items, help, even any files associated with records, helping users to minimize the amount of time they have to navigate through other records. Everything is in one spot with an easy drill down capability. We just utilize Universal Search to easily search through menu items, transactions, help articles, and files to retrieve important information. Users can also utilize filters to search through data quickly and easily based on certain criteria without requiring customization. As a controller, I might need to approve bills for payment. I'll select that process. I can easily use the criteria in the header portion of the dialog box, but suppose that I just really would like to explore those balances that are greater than or equal to $30,000. I'll access the balance column and select the arrow, and I'll be presented with a list of all of the criteria. And I'll select greater than or equal to, and then I can type in the desired amount, $30,000. Upon completion, I can see a list of all of the invoices that meet that criteria, and I can either approve them all as a batch or pick and choose those that I would like to pay. Throughout Acumatica, users can use filters to easily retrieve and manage data based on a certain criteria. Users can also set up automation schedules, which enable them to schedule tasks ahead of time, allowing them to focus on managing business processes proactively and reduce time spent running the process manually. Automation schedules can be set up in any workspace under the Processes category. We'll select Prepare Payments. Here we can specify a payment method. We can select some invoices perhaps. We can process or process all if we'd like to do this immediately, or to set up a future automation schedule, we can select Schedules. We can specify when we would like this schedule to start, how often we would like to process the schedule, any conditions associated with it. Notice how it already knows the invoices we've selected, and then any filter values. Automation schedules allow users to become most efficient and schedule their processes ahead of time. Let's recap what we've covered so far regarding user navigation. Acumatica is a role-based cloud ERP, including multi-company and multi-currency functionality. Acumatica includes role-based dashboards that can be personalized by the user, including drillable reports, enabling users to manage by exception utilizing metrics, trends, and graphs. Workspaces are utilized by users to access the menu items and processes necessary to perform their jobs. Workspaces are also able to be personalized. Users can take advantage of universal search, filters, and automation schedules to help them focus on managing their tasks efficiently. Now that we've reviewed Acumatica's role-based dashboards, workspaces, and just general navigation, let's move on and discuss the order-to-invoice process and how this helps companies meet their business objectives. I will portray several roles from a fictitious company that just recently transitioned to Acumatica from a legacy on-premise ERP system consisting of various disparate systems and manual processes. Month-end close took over 40 days, cash flow suffered due to long days sales outstanding, IT costs were skyrocketing maintaining all of these disparate systems, and customers were losing confidence due to long delivery cycles. I will start out as the sales manager or sales rep, and I can access data from my home office during this COVID era or while traveling. I just received an order from a customer, Alta Ace, for some Acer computers, and I need to get the ball rolling. Prior to Acumatica, I would jot the order down, record it on a spreadsheet, email it to the home office for further processing. This resulted in order processing and shipping delays, errors, customer dissatisfaction, and was not integrated with our legacy ERP. Now I can log into Acumatica from my home office or while enjoying coffee at Starbucks and enter the order confident that the data will be updated in real time and the order processed efficiently. From day one, I've been able to utilize a pre-configured role-based dashboard, such as the Sales Manager dashboard, and role-based workspaces containing my preferred menu items, all necessary for me to complete my tasks efficiently. Workspaces and dashboards contain reminders, metrics, and menu items, helping me to get my job done efficiently. I can initiate my new sales order from my role-based workspace or from Favorites. I'll select New Sales Order. All of Acumatica's transaction records are laid out the same way, with a header section at the top and then a detailed line item section down below. Additionally, each record allows notes, activities such as events and tasks, attaching external files, as well as systematic notifications. I'll select Alta Ace as the customer, and I'll say OK to contact the controller for additional info. This is a pop-up note that's been added to the customer record and displays for all new sales orders. Upon selecting a customer, various customer information and details becomes included with the sales order. This information comes in from Acumatica's integrated CRM, includes items such as financial settings, payment settings, and more. I'll go back to document details. Prior to adding individual line items, I like to attach the actual sales order document received from the customer. I can easily drag and drop that. So I'll select the order and drag and drop on top of files. I can now observe that we have one file attached. This makes it easy for all of us to view the original source document without leaving Acumatica. To add individual line items, I can select the plus sign, or perhaps a more efficient way is to select Add Stock Item, where I'm presented with an order pad interface. I like to take a look at items sold since a particular point in time. This allows me to see those items the customer has previously purchased, the previous price in the event I need to match that pricing, and it also provides opportunities for upsell and cross-sell. I'll select my Acer computer. Once that line item is displayed, I can observe that the unit price is $500. If I increase the quantity to 3, I'll notice that the price is reduced to $475, reflecting a price break offered to this customer. Additionally, if I look down at the bottom left, I can notice an inventory summary. In addition to manually entering the line items on the order by clicking the plus sign or by adding stock item or add a matrix item, I can actually upload records from an external file. This is particularly handy and efficient if your customer sends you an Excel spreadsheet, for example, with the line items they'd like to purchase from you. I'll select the file, browse to the file, and then upload that file. Upon uploading the file, I'll be presented with the opportunity to map the columns in the file to the corresponding field in Acumatica. This is a very simple file including inventory ID, line description, and of course quantity. When I select OK, those line items will now be returned back to the order, reducing the time spent entering them manually and also reducing the opportunity for errors. As I scroll down below the Details section, you'll notice that there's quite a few columns displayed in the Details section. Many users like to reduce those lines or those columns based on their preferred needs. It's very easy in Acumatica. You can select a column configurator. On the left, you'll see available columns still to be displayed. On the right are the columns that are currently displayed. And it's very easy just to select a particular item and use your left arrow to remove it. You can also select an item and use your up and down arrows to change its position. And when all is said and done, you can say Reset to Default if you've made a mistake. If you're just wanting to move the position of one column or so, you can easily just drag and drop that directly on the Details section. Now this is not the ultimate order that we would like to process, so I'm going to escape there, cancel that, and we'll start with the actual order that we would like to process. I will now proceed to enter the actual order for Alta Ace, which was for one Acer laptop computer, and we can observe the price of $500. I'll proceed to shipping settings. Here I can shop for rates. Acumatica natively supports the major carriers as well as over 100 carriers with the various integrations. I'll select FedEx Ground as it's the most cost-effective, and I can observe the package information below. I also have the opportunity to select payments and create a payment or a prepayment, and I can review payment settings for this customer. Here I can observe their default payment method is by check, but I can also see the other payment methods available, including the ability to authorize a credit card payment. We won't be recording a payment today. I can access actions to email the sales order to the customer. When I select that, I will notice under activities up in the header that we now have one entry there, and I can actually review the email that will be sent or that was sent, and I can see the attached file, which is the sales order. All of Acumatica's forms, such as sales order, can be modified by the customer so that we can make it look like our branding. If I were the shipping clerk, or if it was my responsibility to create the shipment, I could also access actions and create the shipment. But in our company, this is the responsibility of the inventory manager or the shipping clerk. So from this point, Acumatica is updated in real time, and this order is now available for fulfillment by the inventory manager or the shipping clerk. Acumatica has greatly improved the efficiency of our order entry process. I will now switch roles to that of the shipping clerk. Prior to Acumatica, I would receive sales orders that were created manually, and many times would not receive that order for several days, delaying both fulfillment, shipment, invoicing, and ultimately payment. Acumatica's role-based dashboards and workspaces help me to be more efficient at my job. Since Acumatica is fully integrated, I am notified in real time of sales orders awaiting shipment, enabling me to fulfill and ship orders more accurately and timely, and my customers have noticed the improvement. I normally start my day from my dashboard for the shipping clerk. Here I can see reminders of orders to ship. I could also use my sales orders workspace to process as a batch, but I'll go back to my dashboard. Here I'll select my order from Alta Ace. I probably would first select to create the shipment, so I'll select to create the shipment, and this will create another document, the shipping document. From the shipping document, I can actually generate a pick list. And again, this can be done as a batch, or I can do it individually. I can select actions and print the pick list. Acumatica's warehouse management system enables us to generate barcodes for easy and efficient picking. Notice that it also includes the weight and allows us to record the quantity picked. When I've finished picking orders, I can either confirm multiple orders as a batch using the Confirm Orders processing on my Sales Order workspace, or I can select the specific order or number directly from my dashboard. Here's the one for Alta Ace. In order to confirm the shipment, I'll go to the Packages tab, confirm the package, and then I'll access Actions and confirm the shipment. This confirms the shipment over Acumatica's APIs with the selected carrier, in this example Federal Express, in order to generate a tracking number and shipping label. This enables companies to eliminate their reliance on multiple disparate systems, thereby reducing time, cost, and errors. Here you can notice the tracking number as well as the shipping label. If it were my responsibility to prepare the invoice from this point, I could go up to Actions and prepare the invoice. I'm not going to do that as that's not my responsibility. I'll reserve that for the AR clerk. In the meantime, I can easily select the label and print the shipping label. I'm now assuming the role of the AR clerk and I'm viewing a role-based dashboard. Here I can review items that need to be billed so that I can bill sooner, and I can utilize various metrics and KPIs on my dashboard to track and improve the collection process. I can process an order individually using the indicator on my dashboard, or I can select the sales order role-based workspace and select process shipments to do so as a batch. Upon accessing process shipments, I can select the appropriate action. In this example, prepare the invoice. I can select them all and process all of them as a batch, or I can pick and choose. I can select process all. I could even set up an automation schedule if I prefer. I'll select process. Once it's done processing, I can actually access that original shipment number, where I can go to the Orders tab and actually access the invoice number that's just been created. Just like all of the customer financial information and details are carried forward from the CRM system, the same thing occurs here on the invoice. Once I access the invoice, I can edit any of the items on here, including the financial details and perhaps payment information. But when I'm ready to do so, I can select Actions and email the invoice. Acumatica's integration with CRM provides an example that Acumatica is a unified integrated system, enabling customers to maintain a single source of the truth. Upon completion of emailing the invoice, I can select activities and actually view the invoice as well as the actual invoice document. Once again, we can always customize the documents to match our corporate branding. I'll go back to the shipment and select the invoice. From here, the last step that I need to perform, at least as it pertains to processing the invoice, is to release it for posting to the general ledger. I can come up to Actions and Release. Once that's done processing to the general ledger, I'll be able to actually access the financial details and select that batch that was just created to the general ledger and view the actual general ledger transactions. Let's recap what we've covered regarding Acumatica's order to invoice. Acumatica improves the order entry process while eliminating various legacy, disparate, siloed systems. CRM, shipping, and billing are fully integrated, enabling orders to be fulfilled and billed in a timely manner, helping to improve profit margins, working capital, days, sales outstanding. The net result is that we have customers that are happy, that receive excellent and timely service, and we're poised to start meeting our business objectives. We will now move on to review CRM. Users can install Acumatica's Outlook plugin, which enables them to push data such as emails and their attachments from the Outlook inbox to Acumatica's ERP, enabling them to eliminate duplicate data entry, since most of our communications are conducted via email. To use the Acumatica Outlook add-in, you'll first select an email. Then you'll access the Acumatica logo, which is on my home ribbon, indicating that the add-in has been installed. Acumatica reviews the email address. If it does not recognize that email address as part of your existing Acumatica data, then you're given the options to either create a lead or to create a contact. But notice you're able to do that from within Outlook. I'll select a different email and select my Acumatica add-in. If Acumatica does recognize the email address, then you're given a different complement of items. You can view the lead directly from within Outlook. You can log an activity, and that would log not only the email but also the corresponding attachment. You can also create an opportunity or reply. These are items that we would typically manually enter into our CRM. This eliminates that duplicate data entry. Once data has been pushed from Outlook to our Acumatica database, we can have access to that information in a variety of ways. As a salesperson, one might prefer to use their dashboard to get visibility to new leads. Notice we've got 5 new leads. We'll use our drill down to explore those leads. We can select a particular lead and then view that in more detail with our side panel. Here I can see additional information about that lead, but more importantly, if I select activities, I can see the 2 activities that have been logged here from Outlook, including the email itself and the attachment. Acumatica's Outlook add-in allows us to take advantage of a best-in-class application such as Outlook and connect that data to Acumatica ERP, allowing users to eliminate duplicate data entry. Continuing with the topic of customer relationship management, Acumatica also offers a customer portal to its B2B clients. This portal allows customers to view documents, run reports, and even place orders. Upon logging in, customers can create new cases or browse open cases, view documents and print statements. They can even add new orders. I'll select Browse the Catalog, and then I can easily pick and choose from a list of inventory items, and then add those to my cart and open my cart. Once accessing my cart, it's quite straightforward. I can proceed to checkout. I can verify my ship to information and continue, and then ultimately submit the order. Upon completion, I will be able to view the actual Acumatica sales order. In addition to placing orders via the customer portal, customers can also print their own customer statements. They can access their documents. Documents would include invoices, payments, and prepayments, all of which provide drill down capability. They can print an account history, print an aging report, or print an invoice or memo. Additionally, they can view their contracts. All of this makes it easy for the customer to stay engaged with their client, making it easy for them to place additional orders and keep informed about the status of their account. I'm currently logged into Acumatica ERP, and I'm viewing the Shipping Clerks dashboard where I can view the various orders ordered by Sam Malone via the customer portal. These orders were updated immediately upon submittal. Acumatica's customer portal and its self-service options provide a win-win relationship between the customer and ourselves as the business offering the products. For the customer, they provide ease of use for placing orders as well as instant visibility to transaction and order history. For ourselves as the business offering the products, it ensures that orders can be placed very simply and that we are notified immediately so that we can proceed with order fulfillment, shipping, and invoicing. Acumatica also includes a free mobile app that enables users to enter data using an iOS or Android device to easily perform tasks such as enter cash receipts, sales orders, purchase orders, and more with real-time update to Acumatica ERP. I will play the role of a salesperson to demonstrate the mobile app. As a salesperson, my job requires significant travel to shake hands or perhaps bump elbows with current and prospective customers. I incur expenses during travels, including meals to entertain clients and prospects, lodging, airfare, and various other expenses. Prior to implementing Acumatica, I had to keep track of those receipts manually and enter them on a spreadsheet and then submit for approval at month end. Frequently, I would lose track of them and fail to submit. With Acumatica's mobile app, I can easily enter my expense receipts or sales orders as an example, take a photo to include the document with my transaction, and then submit, confident that Acumatica ERP will be updated in real time. I can securely log in to Acumatica's mobile app using dictation, facial recognition, or Touch ID, or I can use my standard Acumatica login credentials. Upon logging in, we can observe that the user interface is very simple and straightforward, helping me to efficiently enter data such as expense receipts, opportunities. I can even enter sales orders. So I can spend more time prospecting for business and supporting customers. Notice at the top I can even select a different company and view data pertaining to that company. I happen to have a shipment receipt that I need to submit because I sent one of our recent customers a Keurig coffee maker for her employees to enjoy. So I will select the expense receipts icon and proceed to record the details. In addition to manually entering the details to the receipt, users can take advantage of artificial intelligence and machine learning to record the details automatically. I'm just going to enter it today, so I'll select the plus sign at the bottom left corner to record this transaction. I usually like to take a photo of the actual document or receipt so that this can then be part of our Acumatica ERP database. I'll select the camera and I'll proceed to take a photo of this. Upon completion, I can observe that it's displayed up at the top left. I usually like to put a description. This would be the Keurig shipment. And we can even classify this expense item. I'll select office supplies and then of course record the actual amount. There's a lot of other information that can be added here, but this is all that I need for purposes of today. And I will save. Upon completion, after I save, I can be confident that this expense receipt has been updated immediately to Acumatica's ERP. In addition to recording transactions with my mobile app, I can also easily view my preferred Acumatica dashboards, helping me to keep track of critical business items pertinent to my role as a salesperson. I've logged back into Acumatica ERP to view the expense receipt I just recorded from the mobile app. I will navigate to the Time and Expenses workspace and open up my expense receipts. Here I can view my Keurig shipment expense receipt. I can open it up and view the associated details that came through from the mobile app, and I can also look up at the top right under Files to observe the fact that my expense receipt photo is actually attached. As a salesperson, I'm able to be much more efficient and accurate with Acumatica's mobile app. I will assume the role of a corporate controller for the last topic in our Acumatica overview. That would be financial reporting. Financial reports are available out of the box from day one, and they include three primary tools. Financial reports allow us to create financial and project reports using any ledger in the general ledger. They are web-based and they allow us to create and modify financial statements and set up items such as unit sets, allowing us to slice and dice data. Standard reports are a Windows-based tool allowing us to customize the format of reports and forms. They are query-driven with advanced formatting options for forms such as invoices, sales orders, and checks, allowing us to deliver consistent results aligned with our corporate branding. Lastly, Acumatica includes a generic inquiry writer, which is a web-based tool based upon real-time data utilizing SQL queries. You can also utilize generic inquiries to create pivot tables, enabling us to further analyze results. The first report topic we'll cover will be financial reports. To access those, I'll go to the Finance Workspace and I'll select from the various financial statements, specifically profit and loss. When I access profit and loss, notice the existing report parameters indicating the financial period for this reporting cycle of January 2021. We can utilize and set up report templates that enable us to specify report settings and then save them, making it easier to recreate that report in the future. For example, I've saved a template or parameters under the name December 2020. When I switch, notice how my financial period changes. Once I've specified my report parameters, I can select Run the Report. Here I will see a consolidated income statement. All of the numbers are drillable down to the supporting details. I'll just select revenue as an example, and I can see all of the account totals comprising revenue. Additionally, I can export reports either in Excel format or PDF depending on my reporting preference. I can also send it via email or just print to the printer. I can further slice and dice my financial statements by utilizing groups. I'll select groups and I'll notice that I can either look at my financial statement using a consolidated report, or I can pick and choose specific subsidiaries or specific companies. I'll select the products detail branch and notice how my income statement changes accordingly. We can change the groups that are displayed here or the options for slicing and dicing by utilizing report definitions. I'll access report definitions utilizing my universal search to quickly access those definitions, and I'll select the profit and loss report. Once I access report definitions, I can define different row sets or different column sets or different unit sets. Here I can select from the different unit sets that we have currently available. We're currently pointing to branches, which enables us to evaluate a profit and loss statement by company or branch. Perhaps we would like to view our financial statement, our income statement, by product. So I'll select product here. From here, I can actually do a preview. And once I select a preview and run the report, when I access groups at this point, I'll now be able to select from the various products, helping me to easily slice and dice the product groups to determine which are most profitable to our business. Next, we will discuss standard reports. Keep in mind, Acumatica comes out of the box with over 250 standard reports. For this example, we'll access the Sales Order Workspace and we'll select the sales order details by customer. Just like we did with financial statements, we can specify report parameters and save them as a template so that we can quickly run that report with those settings in the future. Here I'll select the template displaying the customer details for January of 2020. Notice how this changes accordingly, the start and the end dates. The customer ID, warehouse, and inventory ID can also be included in the template. Just like with financial statements, I can select Run the Report. Once I run the report, I can notice that it's grouped by customer, including all of the underlying sales orders comprising that customer's total, all of which contain drill-down capability. I can also export in Excel or PDF format, send via email, or print. I also have access to groups or unit sets. Here the unit sets are by customer. If I select a particular customer, notice how the report navigates to that customer, allowing me to focus on their particular details. All of this enables me to make sure I'm able to understand what level of business we're conducting with each one of our customers. The last reporting option we will discuss today are generic inquiries, which provide the drill down results from our dashboard tiles. All dashboard tiles are driven by generic inquiries. I'll select my open opportunities and view the drill down results. Keep in mind that the drill down results also enable us to drill down to the actual source documents. Notice the various filters across the top that enable me to focus on records meeting certain criteria, such as those opportunities that were won, or those that have had no nurturing activity over 90 days. I can customize the generic inquiry. First of all, we can create pivot tables from the generic inquiry results, providing additional ability to analyze the data. We can also edit the generic inquiry or create new inquiries. Here we can select the tables included in the inquiry, the relationships between those items, parameters, conditions, grouping, sort order, and on the results grid we can even add criteria for conditional formatting. And again, this helps us highlight records meeting certain conditions, helping us to manage by exception and focus on those particular records. Navigating back to our drill down results, I'll select the filter entitled 1, and here I can see an example of conditional formatting in the status column, indicating or highlighting in green those opportunities that were won. Again, helping me to manage by exception and focus on those records meeting that criteria. Let's recap what we've covered in our Acumatica overview. Acumatica is a unified, scalable, integrated cloud ERP, allowing users to easily access data using any device with most browsers. Acumatica includes role-based dashboards and workspaces as well as other productivity tools, allowing users to monitor business health and perform tasks efficiently. Acumatica's integrated CRM makes it easy to progress leads through the order to invoice process efficiently with no duplicate data entry. And the Outlook add-in and customer portal make it easy to reduce duplicate data entry, reduce errors, and stay engaged with our customers. Acumatica's mobile app enables us to perform tasks, monitor business performance with real-time update to Acumatica's ERP. And the flexible and easily customizable reporting options allow us to monitor business performance, incorporate our corporate branding, and communicate results. I'd like to thank you for viewing this Acumatica overview.